Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Don't know what's going on here. Just free cards coming your way. Um, it's kind of weird. There was an update, and it looks like they reacquired some of the sets that we had before, but they changed some of the cards that were in there because now we've got this alchemy card called Criddle of Baldur's Gate. Whenever, Criddle deals combat damage to a player, that player loses a life and mills a card, and you gain a life, and then you scry, and whenever you attack, target creature can't be blocked this turn. So, not bad for a 2-mana creature, right? You got a 1/3, but oh my gosh, it taps a guy down essentially by making him can't block. It's pretty cool. We know we love this card. We know we love this card. We know we love this card. So let's get to the business. We are not looking for 500 gold. We're looking for 750 gold. 500 gold it is. Attack with 30 creatures. That we can do. What's going on in the store? Any free gold? Free gold? Raffine. That's a really good card cover for Raffine. This is also a really good card cover. Ooh, those are nice sleeves. Oh, I totally dig it. Midweek Magic Innistrad Constructed. Welcome to the Midweek Magic. You get to try a new way to play. In this one, we're combining these 3 sets. So let's click Start, and let's see what it looks like if we were to make a deck. Because I have no idea if we've got enough cards to make this happen. Okay. It looks pretty good. We've got Hopeful Initiate, Wedding Announcements, Slaver of Olimbark, Brutal Cathar, Adelines, Borrowed Time. White looks pretty good. Sigarda Summons is 2 creatures you control with +1 counters on them, have a base and toughness of 4, have flying, and are angels. It's all good. Okay, so Fading Hopes. We have 3 copies of this, but I don't know about doing a control deck in this thing. I don't think we're... This just it brings back all the spells that you cast, so I consider it like a control spell. He's big. Okay, so we've got some removal. We've got the Slaughter Specialist. That's a good one. We could do some Blood Token Shenanigan, because we've got the Blood Fountain and this. Don't see... Well, we can check and see. We probably have the Harvester, though. What is this? So for every card you discard, you get to do more. Target creatures get -2/-2. Target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose an instant or sorcery card and discard it. I guess I would probably just do the -2/-2 on everybody, but still, the -2/-2 for 2 across the board is... Oh, it's not across the board, it's just target a creature. Yeah, I'm changing my mind about that whole thing. Alright, what else we got going on here? I really like this card. This is good for Planeswalker removal, back to the blood token stuff. Not a lot of blood token cards. Some Voldarian Epicure. She makes a blood token when she hits. We've got some nice red removal. He's really good. She's really good. Who knows what they are. We'll go with the she. She looks like a she. Anyway. She's pretty reckless. We've got some of these. We gotta confront the unknown, which is good. It's like a... It's like a battle trick with investigations, I guess. Rabid bites are good. I'm not seeing a lot of top-end threats, like some win cons. Ooh, what are you? Seraph, the Viper's Fang. Other tapped creatures you control have Death Touch. What good is that? Other untapped creatures you control have Hexproof. Untap another target creature or land you control. Heck yeah. Oh, never mind. I take it all back. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may mill 2 cards. Whenever a creature card goes in, you get a little sky. This one's always really good. It has to deal with stuff in the graveyard. Wolves was definitely on the menu as an option. Multicolored cards. Black and red, we've got all the Blood Tithe Harvesters, a little bit of Hungry for More, and one land. We've got nothing exciting happening here. Was it in the green-black mill situation? A couple of sticky fingers is good. I like this one. And then in the wolves, we've got a lot of powerful wolf cards. They really do give you a lot of powerful wolf cards. An Immer Wolf makes all your wolves better. In the human deck, we have a few of those as well. And then what are you again? You're like the copy guy? Yeah. Shenanigans. That's what I'm going to call you. Okay. So, wolves looks pretty good. Vamps look barely passable in black and red. And the best card we'd be getting out of black and red is probably this one. We could do the toughness guy, the lumber knot guy, and do green and black. And then we could play like this card. Which I think is great. We also have this card, and this card. And this card, and this card, and this card. Wait a minute. Is a theme arriving? I'm looking at green to see if I've got some more toughness. I guess. It's nice to have training. It does go +1/+1 on both sides, so this would become a pretty big threat with the lumber knots. It's a lot of defense until it just all switches to offense when the lumber knot comes out. I don't hate this. Okay, let's try it. Let's just see what it looks like. Alright, so big threats at the top, since we're going to be putting some stuff in the graveyard. Her toughness is stronger than her other stuff. Training, 1/4, all good. Add a mana. It's kind of an interesting card for things like the blob. And for things like stick fingers and cool harvest. Okay, okay, you got me. You got me looking. Sure. 4 rabid bites are not bad removal. Whoa, 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 whoa. We don't have this. Maybe. Like I said, we'll see. Also pretty good at milling, right? Yeah, we're gonna make some cuts. Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about it. I do like that card, actually. Okay. Wait, why do I have red? What was I thinking? Good for graveyard shenanigans, which we have some theming graveyard shenanigans going on here. Do we have things coming out of the graveyard? I don't think we do. I am so sorry. We don't even have some creatures up here that make this thing make sense. Burly Breaker is the closest to like a bomb creature that we could get. Okay, so nothing's coming out of the graveyard, right? And this is just a one-off. I don't think we're going to notice. We've got 8 removal cards here so far. Just pointing this out. Okay, I think we're holding on to that. It's kind of a bomb card. So, upper level threats, right? Infestation Expert is a 5 mana 3/4. That's going to create little one bodies. I'm not that excited about that. A 4 mana 3/4, where other tapped creatures have Death Touch and you can untap a creature. Essentially giving it. But it's kind of like a trade-off, right? I think we're backing down on the guest idea and maybe a Rabid Bite, since a lot of our creatures have excuse me. I am trying. I feel like that's not going to make it. Okay. I guess the crawling infestations, but I want to throw things in the graveyard for this stuff. Is it this? Yeah, I guess so, huh? Okay. So we built a we'll call it Hotel since it's in Estrad, and we'll call it Hotel Graveyard, just as a thing. So, just to explain this deck, focused a little bit on the idea that the Ancient Lumberknot would hit the deck and switch everybody's toughness into their power. The reason why I like that card is because we've got a lot of cards that have good abilities that have very weak power but very strong toughness. And so what we can do is we can use these as defense and gain card advantage as some of our undead butlers die and train up as some of our people attack. And we can use things like the Grizzly Ghoul, maybe even some of these other ones to help train. So training on the Apprentice is going to be a little tricky until after the Ancient Lumberknot hits the deck. But I'm thinking we're going to keep the Grizzly Ghoul for now. But yeah, I'm thinking we might run into a little bit of an issue because we got a lot of 1 toughness guys that have a lot, or one hit guys. The Slaughter Specialist could help, but she's a one-off. So I don't know. Anyway. These guys are going to mill and throw things into the graveyard, throw things in the graveyard, throw things in the graveyard, throw things in the graveyard. This thing is going to get stronger as things go in the graveyard, as will this get stronger as things go in the graveyard. This card becomes much more effective as you put things in the graveyard. And the Phalanx, so there's kind of like 2 themes, right? We've got a graveyard theme where we're going to get some things for throwing some creatures into the graveyard, and then we've got a bit of like a sacrifice toughness defensive theme that's going to allow us to get the most out of stuff like the Ghoul Colors Harvest and the Old Stick Fingers. It will also flip the script with the Lumber Knot here when it's time for us to push the attack. So we're playing defense and we're loading up the graveyard for the first maybe 5 to 7 turns, and then we're throwing out a Lumber Knot and we're attacking it. What we've got. Let's see if it works. It may not. It may not. I'm just gonna say keep. I don't really know what a good hand or a bad hand is in this thing. It would be a mistake with her before anything hits the graveyard. He's playing a zombie deck. Very timely removal right about now. Stupid zombies. You just can't. You can't keep up, man. They're just gonna pump that board like crazy. So we're gonna try again. Like I said, I don't know how good we can fare in this with what we've got in our. I mean, we've got some cards, but you saw that was like nuts. My turn, more turn. Okay, we'll try this again. We've got some 3-drops, which I think are cool. So. This thing gets a +1 for every time you gain life, so I'm expecting like a life gain right here. It's fine. Great. He's not going to. I would dig it if he double blocked that thing. Dead again. We can't fight this. That's the thing about this set, like, there's no way around that. Like, we even used our removal spell to take out the piece of the... It didn't matter. If you don't have that immediate removal spell at draw, you're dead, and green doesn't have that in creature in the deck. So, I need the other removal spells that I didn't. No, I have them. I have them right there. I don't know. I guess. Are you serious? It's not really a very fair setup. I would have preferred them to have done pre-constructed decks, or if they would have just done something like, you know, everybody has complete access to the same set. I will take the trade. Doesn't exist. I guess we can pass a rusting off if we get a land. Yeah. Fine. Everybody and their tricks. Come on. Come on, land. I'm just completely landlocked. It says 3 lands have been drawn, but oh, they're in there. Oh, land, you are killing me, dude. I gotta quit again. I can't cast anything. What am I gonna do? Well, this deck pretty much sucks because if you're not in full flip out crazy motion, by the time you get to, I don't know, turn 4, like, it's over. And that's all I've seen so far. Turn 4 tricks. Do we just not have any 2-drops? Or do we just not get any land? Like, what the hell is going on? A land? No. This way. don't have the equipment to walk into this fight and deal with that kind of stuff. Like, we're way too fragile. Our deck sucks. So let's go back to it, and we'll try it again. And this time, we're just gonna do this, and 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 this. It was worth a try, but it's just not gonna work. Everybody's way too good in this thing. So, I thought the white looked good. Some removal spells, some token makers, some incredibly powerful removal and token removal, end creature, and a little bit of early drop. Alright, those are the rares and the removals. So if we were to pair it with green, I think we've got some of the best chance. If we were paired to black, we have these flying, lifelinking guys and a removal spell, but not a lot. And if we pair it with blue, we don't have anything too exciting in here. So I think we go with green. And we're looking for humans, right? Because the idea is Adeline makes humans. These guys are all human driven, right? As long as you put one or more counters on this turn, it gains trample. She's a human, he's a human, she's a human. And then these are all humans. So, she's a human. Whoa, scary. Cards that do more than they look. We got white in there too. She trains. And she puts her counters on other people. I don't think he's that good. I know he says he's good, but he's just not. Okay. That's not a lot of cards. And a ton of 3-drops. Let's do just 2 drops, and we'll remove the word human. Well, I guess we'll add the humans that we have already. This one's not bad, actually. This one's not bad. Wait a minute. We don't have that color. Okay. We're going to get rid of the word human. More removal. Maybe. Humans and wolves? There's just no way this is better. Right? Like, it's just all little stuff. Let's check out the land situation. So what? white and green. 16, 18, 20. 4. Nope. 10 extra cards. Alright, let's come back and get rid of some of this stuff. Simple as that. Who's giving out +1 counters? Anybody? Yeah. Yeah. So for 6 and for 6, right? So once you cast this, or once you cast this, then the next one you go is this, and then they're boom, game winner. Okay. We've got a lot of humans hitting the deck. We've got a lot of removal spells. We've got some creatures that we can use for removal. And we've got some slow builders. It's not called Hotel Graveyard anymore. It's a little different, but it's much more aggro. The idea being, if we aren't getting past turn 4 or turn 5 anyway, why would we want to focus on creatures that cost us 4 and 5 mana, right? Like, let's just focus on things that we can utilize on the early side of stuff. So, let's start here. We can do turn 1, turn 2, or turn 2, turn 3. Hello? Is this how we're going to get our free one? I should have done it. I could have blown that thing up. I don't know how to do this. I don't know the cards, and I don't like them, and I'm just kind of sick and tired of playing it. Sometimes the midweek magic just doesn't work out, and I didn't think we were going to be in good shape for that one, and I was dang right. We were in trouble. Let's just play a deck to get our thing going. I'm super, super bummed that midweek magic doesn't have an answer. That doesn't have somebody just absolutely annihilating us so fast. Good for them. Bad for us. Oh my god. Oh, this is annoying to say the least. Sure. We'll take 2 damage a turn while handing off 3, 4, 5. I think we can get him on the next one. Yeah, he's dead on the next turn. Okay. Gets to draw. All right. Okay, do we have our thing done yet? Nah. Half. I'll tell you what. Close enough, because we got to 250. We be resigning. Let's go do the fun stuff. That's been just pretty brutal the entire time. Alright, spirits. I don't think you're our boy, but we will find out shortly. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Yeah, spirits. Minions is first on the alphabetical order, and then is Jaren the Corrupt Bishop, who essentially a non-token human controlled dies, you lose a life and you get to create a white human token. Then you can give it lifelink, and at the beginning of your end step, if you have exactly 13 life, you can pay 6 more mana, and then you can get a 6 mana. Yuck. Yuck, 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 yuck. Spirits. Durethful, the vengeful victim. Oh, that's terrible. And then you can get a Catilda Dawnheart, which is pretty good. Flying, lifelink, and protection from vampires. Power and toughness are equal to the number of permanents you control that are spirits and or enchantments. So, okay. And then we can do Urza's Command or the Surge Ended. Ugh. I don't want spirits. The sacrifice deck might be the best answer, but I'm not going to be very happy with it. I think we're just going to take Urza's. Not our best pack, though, for sure. Oh, but look. Dragon Ventures. I do like some dragons. Either dragon's good. Flying 5/5 for 5. When a dragon you control is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any target that isn't a dragon. Or the Ancient Copper Dragon, which says whenever you deal combat damage to a player, it's a 6/5 for 6. Whenever you deal combat damage to a player, you get to roll a d20 dice and make that many treasure tokens. Not legal in Standard, unfortunately. I don't believe. No, it's not legal in Standard. So, Dragon Ventures is definitely the strongest of the cards, but it might have the least amount of playability. Speedy is the Cardam Patron of Flames. Again, not legal in Standard. 5 mana, 4/3 demon that has haste, and when it attacks, you get to put a flame counter on it, then seek a card with a mana value less than the number of flame counters. Finally, we go to Graveyard and find an Aven Heartstabber, which is a 2 mana flying bird assassin that says that if there are 5 or more mana values among cards in your graveyard, it gets Death Touch and becomes a 3/3 flying Death Toucher. When Aven Hammer dies, you get to mill 2 cards, then you get to return and draw a card. That's actually all really good. Is she legal in Standard? She is. So we're going to go with Graveyard, and we're going to take an Aven Heartstabber. Aven Heartstabber. Don't have this card that much. It kind of goes nice in a bit of a mill deck, but it also just goes nice in a lot of, like, it's not a crazy amount of 5 or more mana values among cards, so not too crazy. I love me a Hulking Metamorph. I love it. And the Crocodile is pretty good as a finisher. I don't know about this card, but a 2/3 flyer for 4s. Like, if it was 3/3, it would be great. Urza's Command is all about kind of ramping up towards these larger artifact workers, but like, yeah, I guess we can do the assembly worker thing. Target creature gets -3, mills 3 cards, and you gain 3 life. Midnight Assassin is a alchemy card, unfortunately. Machine Over Matter's a bounce spell, and Snoop and Newsy enters the battlefield with a mill card, so these two kind of work together. Postal Bulwark is nice as a defender, and I don't know what the Metamorph would copy necessarily, but it's got me thinking. We can do some kind of blue-based artifact shell, and then pick a maybe black. Maybe we just do a blue-black artifact shell, kind of like what we're dealing with right now. Be interesting. Okay, a 1/1 that connives and kills a 2 toughness creature on its way out. This is a pretty bad hand. It's just all geared up here at the top. We have all these cards in the spot. We're not going to draw them, but that's what we're doing. 3, 4, 5. That's when we start playing. What about you, Mr. Nix? like this. Alright, so we have two different mana values, and it's a 4 and a 5, so there should be more 2s and 3s in the deck, typically, than 4s and 5s. But, we'll find out. Tap the Nurturer first. Just to make sure that they get the life. Nothing is in the zone, so... Waiting for the attack spell now. That's gonna... How did they get plus? Get plus 1 counter? For what? I don't know. Maybe the looter? Yeah. Like I said, I don't know. Strange. If I'd have thrown the fast one, I could have done 2. Well, shoot. I'm having a hard time putting anything in the graveyard. We're dead. We don't have anything to do with that. We're dead. Having a rough day of Magic, no doubt about it. Not sure if we've won a game. I know we haven't done very far. I guess again. 4 or 5. Like, give me something to do earlier than that, please. shoot, I can't. I guess I can. It's like ramp a little, right? It's like... Otherwise, will anything ever go in the right direction? What are you? Nice. It's excellent. How much was that? 3? Probably gonna do that. Yeah, I don't want him to make those things. Spend your mana. I think we're gonna turn on the juice. What do we have in here? 2, 3, 4. So we need a 1 or 5. There's a 5. What a shocker. All right. think we can win this one. We've got all 5 in there, so it's only 1 blue. And this thing is 5 total mana, and this thing only costs 4 to cast. If we... Yeah, that's fine. So... I know this is... we'll do 4, right? Yeah. Let's just do this one. And then we'll do this. These are some crazy cards, man. I haven't seen most of these in ever. Could let them all go, but I'm not. Sewer crocodiles for the win. Okay, we did it. We did it! We gotta win! We really needed to go slow. That's not, I hope that's not the one. That's what they gave us? A blue card? Oh, okay. Ambulatory Edifice. Yay. How's this looking? We still haven't been attacking that much. I feel like we need a deck that's focused on attacking. What did we get, by the way? The Avonheart Stabber, right? A blue-black. Have we even messed with this? This does look like something we would have done. I'm not so sure about this card. I think that there's an interesting Serum Sneer, Biting Palm Ninja, like, kind of deal, but we usually ninjatsu them in, which means that by the time we get there, the counters are gone. So that won't necessarily work. There's not really much in the graveyard because of what we do. Behold the unspeakable. The only thing that's kind of cool about this is it makes a flying trampling spirit, and then the spirit could be recalled back in an attack, and then you could do the Behold the Speakable again, and you can get all the card draw again. Evil, as in the fruits of the devil. Yeah. We took out some creatures, which is going to make the Dukai Silencer considerably worse. Just card draw. Is that really the best answer for what we're looking to do? This is a 3/3 that gets to return a Ninja Road card from your graveyard, or put a tarp creature card from your graveyard to the top of your library. So, don't know why you would do. Oh, because you didn't have a Ninja or a Rogue. Got it. I was like, what the heck? Why would you do that? Target player discards 2 cards. Ninjas and Rogues get Menace. That's kind of cool. I like that as a 61st card. So how about we'll make it a 60th? Yeah, because this is kind of a 2-drop too. Yeah. Katosi's good for control. This is good for control. This is good for sneak attack. And then Biting Palm Ninjas are good for control. We are a mean control deck. So Stealthy Subterfuge looks pretty good. What does Dimir look like right now? Modern Age is into drawing cards. Triska Decophile's into keeping them, not playing them. Moon Circuit Hackers into drawing cards. We got a little bit of control features here. We got a little bit of second spell. Gives you a chance to connive. Ledger Setter's pretty good with a Mind Splice apparatus. And a Haughty Djinn. We have 2 Haughty Djinns, 2 Ledger Setters. We could do a Trawler Drake, a Mind Splice apparatus. We could do some Jace the Perfected Mind. And then we could do some Fairy Vandals on the card draws. Try to cast spells that draw cards. Zombies have flying. Whoa, that's just crazy. And they have 1 Mind Splice. I do have a Hulking Metamorph finally, and 1 Tolarian Terror, which is also really good in this battle. Some zombies. We could do a little bit of zombie interaction. We got a lot of removal. We got a little bit of toxic. We got a couple of rares here that are just kind of fun interaction, but they focus more on the blood side of things. Ambulatory Edifice can be good. You get to pay 2 life, and then you get to get rid of one of their mites. Aim for the Head is kind of cool. Target opponent exiles 2 cards from their hand. It's pretty good. Rand Executioner Therian's good. Let's do a card draw. Okay. We need blood for blood tokens because they make card draw happen. We need Gix because he makes card draws happen. We need we'll probably come back for some removal, but for right now we're okay. This isn't bad as a trick because you get back one of the things that you spend on it, and if you do something that has an enter the battlefield effect, you can do really good. This one has an enter the battlefield effect, but it's just for one blood token. It's not the worst way to spend one mana. Just hear me out. We'll get there. Okay, so we've got instants, artifacts, and Tolarian Terror says for every instant or sorcery card in your graveyard, this is one less to cast. So, could be kind of good. Behold the Unspeakable has card draw built into it, as well as -2s across the board. That could be really good. We'll hold on to this for now, just in a temp kind of situation. And we'll hold on to that for now. Again, on a temporary kind of situation. Urza's Command is all about artifacts, and that's not really what we're doing. We can lean into the control half a bit, since we are looking to spell often. This thing does create, like other blue creatures you have, when this creature becomes tapped, you get to draw a card and discard a card, and that's pretty impressive for our Fairy Vandal, our Legislator, our... Not so sure about the Prologue to Phrasis. It is a card draw. It is a cheap spell, so we'll hold on to it. Considers, Fading Hopes, all good. Slip out the backs are kind of cool. Oh, way too many cards already. One Experimental Augury. All these Fairy Vandals are coming. Again, just cheap spells. Okay, so the Legislator and these cheap spells kind of go together, but that's it. And I think that we want to lean towards the Fairy Vandals more than the Legislator. That also means the Haughty Djinn won't have quite as many things, but look at our creature count is so low. It's actually not. I dig it. I don't dig it. But I dig that. I think this one draws a card too. Is that correct? And this one just bounces. So card draw, card draw, card draw, card draw. Card draw, card draw, card draw. Card discard, card discard. Fake your own death is pretty good. Not really a card draw situation though. And it may be on the chopping block. Mind Splice, Behold, and then these upper level guys. Could live with one less amount of attack. So we are going to protect the crap out of our Fairy Vandals. And we are going to draw the crap out of our Fairy Vandals. And all of this is designed around Haughty Djinns and Fairy Vandals and cheap spells, right? This isn't that bad, actually. I'm getting kind of impressed. guess it's this or this. Yeah, I can live without the blood. If I take the blood theme completely out, is that better? Protect the Fae!
We'll make this look easy.
Alright. So, fairies are part of a group called Fae. And just like man, like kind of deal. So, the theory here is in turn 1 and turn 2, we're just doing some little shenanigans. We're not wasting consider spells. And we're probably not using the slip out the backs necessarily. But the positive side of this is that we are going to get our fairy vandals, and we're going to be able to create a lot of card draw between Gix. Gurgling Anointer gets a plus every time we draw a second card. Every time a blue creature becomes tapped, we get a chance to draw another card. So every turn the Fae should grow one by one. We can also protect our Fae with these 7 spells over here. So we're kind of running the opposite of removal. We're running more of the maintain situation. This, though, I think is a mistake. I'm going to take the Mind Splice out now that I'm looking at it, and I'm going to put in another Unctus, I believe. Yeah, he's a good defender, and he's going to keep that going alive. So, the negative side of this is the Phyrexian Arena is going to cost us some life, and the Gix is going to cost us some life. And what I don't have is life gain. That's going to be really, really tricky. I could use a Gix's command. Or we could hand off some lifelink at just the right time. Is that it? Yeah. Okay, so this will give 2+1 counters and gain lifelink, hopefully to a Fairy Vandal that is large enough to be able to turn that into a nice return. So there you go. Some black card draw, some blue card draw, and some engines that, you know, even if we're the Fae, like even if they get a chance to destroy the Fae, let's just say we screw this up somehow, and that happens. What we'll end up with is a Haughty Djinn that's pretty big at the end of the story. And the Jace and the Haughty Djinn work nice together. Behold the Unspeakable works nice with some of the flying kinds of stuff at the end. Because again, it's going to get, for each card in your hand, we might be able to draw some cards with this, draw some cards with this, draw some cards with this. So I'm hoping that by the time Behold the Unspeakable hits, that flying creature is pretty scary. And the Tolarian Terror is more of like a mid-game threat. It's actually going to get cast in this area. We've got some really cheap spells to make the Hullbreaker Horror good, and then we can even copy the Hullbreaker Horror if we need to. Or we can copy the Djinn, or we can even copy Unctus if we needed to. I kind of dig this hand. It's very different than, you know, our typical game. We have a lot of removal and tricks and a lot of, you know, mess with the opponent's side of the board. In this case, we're just ignoring the opponent's side of the board as much as we can, and we're just focusing on what can we get out of the equation. I guess we're gonna keep it, just because I'm not so sure I know what the good hand looks like in this just yet. Turns out that's exactly what I want. It's gonna hurt. I think I put the Meditech out first. Good game. Turn 3 evolves Spinoderm. Lovely. Over. I say it's over. It may not be over. I got an idea. Well, behold the unspeakable. All the rest of this cheap. Nothing I can do. Doesn't matter what happens. If I can't handle that threat, and if they can ramp that fast, so I got one attack in. 15 more games later, I'll get my second attack in. I really think they broke this game. I don't know if it'll ever go back to being okay, but this idea that, like, you're dead if you miss one turn, like, just, ugh. Like, this is another one, like, I've got a lot of, like, 2-mana creatures. I've got a lot of 2-mana things to do, and I can't find one. Okay. Screw it.
Focus. You can be
4, 5. God, I'd like something. You did it. To get that out of there. That's so crazy. Tolarian Terror is still not castable because I don't have any spells. Unbelievable. we won our first game with it, and it was crazy. And I'm not gonna lie, I totally dig it. We got a pack. We got the gold. And we're gonna probably call the stream right there. Oh, cool. I was looking for one of these guys in the equipment deck. So Atraxa is a 7/7 Flying Vigilance Death Touch lifelink. It gets kind of hard to beat that. When it comes out onto the board, you look at the first 7 cards, and you get to pull 10 cards. Sorry, you get to look at the first 10 cards. You get to pull one of each card type. So one of each land, one of each creature, one of each instant, one of each sorcery, one of each artifact, one of each enchantment. That's right. So if you've got a deck that's got 4 or 5 of those, you're probably going to get 4 or 5 cards every time she comes out. Just because 10 cards is a lot, like, to cycle through. Then the rest of those go back into your library, so you don't even have to worry about like self-milling. She's kind of the definition of the biggest bomb ever. If we look to build a deck around Atraxa, the words that we're looking for here are treasure. And the reason we want to look at treasure as such a big word is because she's got 4 different colors to her. And so it's very difficult for us to cast 4 different colors. We could build a deck that's got 2 or 3 colors into it, in which case I'm looking at, you know, Big Score, Atsushi, Professional Facebreaker, a little bit of red and a little bit of green. Prosperous Innkeeper is a really good treasure creator, and so Jewel Thief is a really good treasure creator. Black Market Tycoon deals 2 damage to you for each treasure you control. That's not good, but it can create a treasure. That's good, but I don't like that. Red and green here has a haste for 4. Whenever a creature you control with haste attacks, create a tap treasure token. That's excellent. Okay. I think we can try one. An artifact land treasure vault. It's kind of neat. You can turn your current mana into that. And then this is the ancient copper dragon that creates the treasures when you roll the dice. Unfortunately, I don't think that that one is standard legal, right? So let's build an Atraxa ramp deck, which isn't the best Atraxa ramp deck in the world either, because usually what you want to do is you want to cheat Atraxa out. I'm just putting in anything that says creates a treasure. Okay. Yeah. I guess we could have the Black Market Tycoon. We could splash some black for Old Rustine and some Fake Huron Deaths. We have 1 Atraxa. These are the 7+ mana bombs that exist in the game in our deal. Kaya is really good. Tyrannix Rex is really good. Soul Emancipation is not. For each of those permanents, its controller creates a white angel. I don't know. I don't love it. And the Colossal Sky Turtle does a ton of funny stuff. How do I have 4 of those? That's so crazy. This was really good. We just were able to survive. Alright. So, I'm going to suggest we do something a little uncommon. I think it's... Oh, it's the 7+. I was like, what? I'm pretty sure. See these Riveteer's Requisitioner? We don't really have a good way of getting these cards because they're from the set prior. But this card is incredibly important in creating a red ramp deck. It comes in, it drops a treasure token, it does 3 damage to whatever it ends up attacking. It dies, which creates another trigger in some cases, and if you're doing it with the blitz cost, it draws you back another card and replaces itself. So it's pretty gnarly. Riveteer's Ascendancy is whenever you sacrifice a creature, you may return a target creature card with lesser mana value from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped, but you only get to do that once per turn. We're not sacrificing a lot of things here. Um, this thing, though, attacks with haste as well, which kind of makes the treasure token guy go off over here as well. So part of me wants to buy that guy. Yeah. I want to buy. I want to use 4 of our uncommons. Um, it's funny. Well, we have black, so we've got green, red, and black, but no blue. So I'm okay with this. We're gonna end up with some extra mana as well. Protect the Fae is good. Where did our new deck go? It's got issues still. We would be crafting those 4, and then we would go to land, and we would be looking for some black-white land in the 2 or more category, some black and blue land in the 2 or more category, some red and blue, some blue and white. No, that's not the right colors. Some black and red. Yeah, definitely. 2 or more. Some green and white can go in there for sure. Some green and blue could go in there, although I would rather have green and black. Yeah, I'd rather have green and black. And then some red and green, definitely. Everything that... Oops. Everything that we can do in those 2, because those are our 2 main colors. And then do we have anything, any color that we need it to be, but it comes in tapped, but I'm okay with that. Alright, what's the land count at? 40. Okay, so we're gonna go buy. Nope. 26 lands. That's not bad. I don't think that this is going to make the cut. And I'm not so sure about the prize fights either. Okay, so attracts as treasure. Okay, so what we did was put together all of our lands that would allow us to have like a splash of one of our 2 main colors and a little bit for like black. So we really have 2 main colors in red and green, and we're splashing a little bit of black in order to create an engine that would create more treasure tokens. The reason why this might work better is because if land. We have so much land in this deck that Old Rusting will be out there blocking some creatures, making some land. I think that we could get rid of this. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll hold on to it. We could stick it on something and go crazy on the ramp side of things. This one also fakes its own death, which is kind of cool with Riveteer's Requisitioner. So you can go Blitz cost, fake your own death. Blitz makes a treasure, fake your own death makes a treasure. Fake your own death brings Riveteer's Requisitioner back, which makes another treasure. Both of those could trigger Gala Greeters twice as far as entry into the battlefield is concerned, which would make a treasure end. So you get 5 treasures for 5 mana if you do that. That's pretty solid. And then if this happens to be sitting on the sideline, that's at least another treasure because of the attack. So pretty gnarly. I kind of dig this whole deck. Big score does get us some card return in it, so I think we're going to hold on to it. We can make some blood tokens, which allows us to mill through some cards. We can make an insect token, which can create some defense for us. So we're crafting 4 uncommons. Oh no, we're down to 26. That's all right. I dig this. I could consider removing this, but sometimes we'll need a black. You know, we'll be stuck and it'll work out, which is fine. Or we might even get stuck here and it'll work out just fine. The point of all of this is to hard cast this around turn 5. Because the idea is if on turn 2 and on turn 3 we're doing 2 things that create treasures, by the time we get to turn 4 we're doing some things that should also be able to create 2 more treasures, considering we should still have things like a professional facebreaker, a Gala Greeters out there. Plus, these things make 3 treasure tokens, or, you know, they say everything with haste will make more treasure tokens. So, in a perfect world, Old Rusting could mill another treasure, but we're looking at adding 2 more. So 5 treasure tokens on turn 3 gives us 8 total mana to spend over here on all of these 7 mana creatures. But the fact that they're all treasures means the colors don't matter, and we should be good to go. So we're hoping for some turn 4 Atraxes. Everybody else is out there doing reanimation, where you know you've got some Atraxes in the graveyard and you're pulling them out in order to create like a a nice cycle, and then you can keep her going once it's going, because she'll get killed, but not before she draws you all those cards. There's a whole lot of stuff. This is good. Alright, we'll go here and here, there and there. Oh shoot, I just messed up. What are you? Copper? No. We got nothing. I like the prize fight towards the blessed. Nope. Not anymore. I could have made a lot more treasures. I'm at 6. This is 7 right here, and so as long as we've got 3 forests, we should be able to put a Tyrannix Rex out there. Wow. Does he have reach? He does not. Oh, man. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's just one card should not hold that much power with 4 things giving it pluses on it, but that's what it does. We could not. Dude, it was your choice. You quit. I should have done it, but oh well. What happens when they go plus? This becomes a 3/6. I don't understand how Every single person just does the same thing. Well, at the very least, I'm getting to turn 5. But I don't seem to have much of a win con here, and I'm pretty much done. Get rid of the Bank Buster or the wedding announcement. Probably just get rid of the thing. That. We did it. Our deck did its thing. We made the tokens. We had the defense, and we used overwhelming force on an early turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We cast them on turn 5, and they only had 2. Well, we cast them on turn 4, didn't we? Yeah, we might have cast them on turn 4. Yeah, just kind of good. When it works, it's kind of good. You just got to get it to work. I think the Fake Your Own Death cards are terrible in this deck. And I think that what we would rather see is some removal, especially on the engine creatures. So, Fake Your Own Death, not going to work. We'll go with some other instant or sorceries. Specifically, instants would be better. Destroy a target creature and lose 2 life. Probably not too bad. We could do 2 of those, and then we could do 2 of those. I do think that we probably want to do it like that. How's that look? 5 new removals to go with another removal over here. We haven't lowered too much here on our engines, just 1 big score, which is okay. I think we need to consider spending the treasure sooner in order to create a faster kind of return. Hotel Graveyard's gone. We did want to try this, I think. I don't remember if we even tried it. I don't think we did. We might have. But we're going to try it again. One more shot. Would like a white. Let's go. Take a trade. Got it. She's not that good. 4/4 for 4. Multicolored. Not that exciting. It does say we could do Cigar to Summons, but we don't have any +1s. It does say here we could do this, which I kind of dig. Let's go. That's okay. We will be threatening lethal on the next turn. We can stop 5 of them from getting through. Catilda with the card of summons is beefy. I like it. I think that's game. I'm sure there's some crazy thing that I'm not keeping track of here, but I'm pretty sure that's game. I could stop Halana Alana or the Pack Song Pop. She's gonna throw. She can add 14 and 15, I think, with counters from Halana Alana. That's 11. 12, 13, 14, 15. She'll get close. But I think that's game. $15, 16, 17, 18. No, if I didn't block. It's only 15. Did something weird happen? I'm just saying it blocks. We did it! We out-janked somebody. Oh, cool! Thundering Raiju is really good for the red deck. Whenever it attacks, you get to put a +1 counter on a target creature you control. Then it deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of modified creatures you control. That's with some haste built into it. Let's go take a look at mono red for ranked. And let's add a Thundering Raiju to that equation. I like it. We do some modifying here. I guess I just lose a cheap burn spell, huh? I mean, it's only 2. And this is worth a lot more than that. So, we've got a new top-end threat on our deal with the Thundering Raiju. We already had a really nice engine going on right here, but having a 3/3 haster who can do quite a bit, dealing X damage to each opponent, like, whew, we got a lot going on there. I like it. Should we try it again? Is our deck finally good enough? I don't know if it's good enough. Shouldn't be called Hotel Graveyard. It's some kind of human cigar to summons thing. If we get the summons, we have the kill con, or the win con. But if we don't... Okay, a little bit of 2 mana shenanigans until we can get to 3 mana for the upper side here. So we got let's go. Thermo Alchemist is going to be like a ping, 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 ping. But that's okay, we can do double wedding announcements in order to go wide real quick. 3/3, we're going to take 3 damage here. Four damage, I should have said. Never mind. Not sure why the Storm Seeker didn't attack him. Okay. Death by 1,000 cuts seems fine by me at this moment right now. So I think we do this. I think we do this. I think we do just this. I'm fine if we do the 2-for-1. Yep, like I said, fine for that. Just a 3-mana creature. I took out a 3-mana and a 2-mana creature. That's pretty good, and I left behind a blocker. I know people look at that as like a win card, but that's kind of a mistake. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So unfortunately, I just took one of these, and then we are attacking in. Definitely attacking in now. Wolf and a shaman, nothing big there. We'll go next. Attack. I'm fine with losing a creature here in order to get all this extra damage. I know it seemed like the right idea at the time, but I can double spell. Okay. So, double spell central. What would we like? Yeah, I think we do this, and then this, and this. No? We have a good deck. At least a better deck. We were able to take down what their threats were with a relatively easy trade of a 3-mana for 2-for-1. We were able to not get panicked by the Thermal Alchemist and just focus on, instead, building a board state. Yeah, okay. Okay. Very frustrating to play the other deck. You just can't really make graveyard versions work. Wow. That card goes in a lot. We'll try one more, and then we'll call it. We've got some 2-mana stuff. We got some 3-mana stuff. Cool. I'm all right. Not what I expected. Yeah. Probably do this one. There we go. some +1 counters on the next turn, and then we'll be good to go. I dig it. Dude, I could have sworn it was tapped.
Let's bring things up to a simmer.
I could have sworn it was tapped. I made a mistake. I thought it was tapped. I was just facing the Voldarian. I don't know why I thought it was tapped, but that's my bad. We try one more time. Okay, we did it. We beat the midweek magic. We found the green and white Sigarda summons plus deck. I think this is it.